Hey guys, it's time to learn. I've started off brilliantly already, and Anyway, it's Tiny Tom Logan back. Boom. Wanted to give you a quick update on the Bengal project because there was a bit of confusion with the video. Basically, the idea was originally to take this to Litz. Obviously, it all fell apart because I wasn't happy with the paint. I'm still not happy 100% with the paint. But I'm going to give it a good glossing over, as in got to finish it off with the paint. Basically, what you do right at the end, once you've got all your coats of lacquer on, you then make it dull again by sanding it back with very, very fine sandpaper, and then you polish it back to a finish, which is what I'm going to do. Now, it has got a couple of bits of dust in it, but it looks like sod's law that the dust got on as I was doing the paint. So basically, I've blown over it, and it's stuck, and it's underneath the last coat. Now, really, technically, I should flat it back, take all the dust out of it and re-gloss it. But as far as painting at home is concerned, the weather's turned in the UK, all of the, it's all damp and dreary. The paint will probably either not go off, or where it is damp, it's even got the chance of going cloudy. Phoned up in the booth, and yeah, alright, I can go up with the rattle cans and do it in between, but if I go with it as far as to having to bother going up with the boot, it'll make me want to paint it, it'll make me want to paint it again, and I've really not got time for that. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make this look as good as I possibly can do, because it is only a couple of bits of dust, and even if I zoomed you in, I've not got an idea where my remote's gone, but even if I zoomed you in, you probably wouldn't be able to notice it. Anyway, so we're going to try and go with it as best as I can. Now, I've fitted the front so that you can finally see my idea with the black and orange. And then obviously when you've got the side on, I'll just grab it quickly so I can show you. If I fit the side quickly, you'll get a rough idea where I was going with the idea at the front. If it had all just been black, I don't honestly think it would have worked. I think it breaks it up a little bit more. Now, a new addition is, if you have a look at the front, basically originally I was going to use the tube res inside. I was going to use the Phobia nickel tube res. Now, I got sent this. It's the 5.25 inch bay dual bay reservoir from Phobia. Now, it may not look like, it just look like a clear res, but it's actually got a really tiny black ring around the outside, which you can see here. Now, that may not sound like a lot to you, but for me, it finishes the res off lovely. And I mean lovely. This was one that I was originally going to use for Orca, my rig, but I've decided to put it in this because once the orange coolant is in it, see, that's just going to, there you go, if we put it there a bit more. It is a very, very similar colour. It's not going to be tone perfect. It's very, very similar. Now, a lot of people have said to me about this. Now, as far as I'm aware, orange isn't a pastel colour available that Mayhem is going to be producing. But they are going to be producing a white. So you can buy the white and then just add red or yellow and red enough until you get your orange. So you can mix your own. So not to worry, it's not going to be that much of a limited one because you can do it yourself. But as far as I'm aware, it's not going to be going into production as a off-the-shelf premix product colour. Now, I've had quite a lot of stickers kind of arrive, but the one that we need to be looking at is this one. You can see it says VB. Well, basically, that is going to be going on the front of the case to replace the Cooler Master badge. Just a very slight kind of thing, but it's obviously it's black, so it's going to stand out in the middle of the bezel, or in the middle of the shield rather, and it's going to look lovely. I've also got some 3D Von Blade badges. I'm not sure how it's going to work with the camera. There we go. Now, these were originally going to go on the radiator, but I don't know what radiator I'm going to use at the moment because it's all up in the air. So they may go on the side of the radiator, or I may end up putting it on the side of the case. Getting my, sorry, got the mic caught underneath my chair wheels. It may go on the side of the case. Really don't know yet until I start putting it together. But I wanted to give you kind of a look inside anyway. so that I can show you not necessarily the progress, but so you can see what's going on. Now what I'm going to do, now you can see it well enough. If I move back here a bit more, you can see it a bit better. We've got all of the braided cables in. The SATA cables are here, because what I'm thinking about doing is having the solid state drives here. In fact, I'm going to pop you off the camera and just show you. Right, I'm thinking about putting the solid state drives there, but the cables, to have two of them side by side like this actually is a proper pain in the derriere. But I'm just trying to make a slight feature out of them because they're such nice looking drives. I really don't, we can't just hide them away in the drive bays. It would be a massive shame to just stick them in these drive bays and forget about them. So what I'm thinking is about looping these cables around like this, so it comes in and out of the drive bays, and then having the SATA cables probably doing the same thing and just kind of appearing. Brian really likes the idea of being able to see the cables for these, so it's not too much of a problem. Basically what we'll end up doing is, obviously res will come down to the pump. Pump will either be in the drive bays or down on the floor down here. Then it will come out of the pump, should technically go up to the reservoir, but then we'd have a massive loop up here. So I don't know whether I'm going to do that and go up to the rad that way, or go into the graphics card, let it loop round, and then go radiator into the res. Till I start building it, I don't know. As long as you get res pump, it doesn't really matter what happens after that. But you can see it there. You can also see quite nicely the shine. I know we've got the lights directly on the case at the moment, but you can see the nice shine on that copper water block with the black. Now I think that works really well with the black and the orange. Also, it shows off quite nicely the black on the graphics card. If I move out the way, you see the black base, which I painted satin black, coming up onto the copper water block. Now that was only a minor touch, but I couldn't have lived with it silver. It just wouldn't have looked right. And now really, when you think about it, that black and copper there matches really nice with the black and copper on the CPU block. So I'm kind of happy with that. Also, another minor touch which I did for the show, obviously it didn't, you know, get that far, as I took this plate off of the other side of the power supply. Because if we whiz round, it's going to look ugly because we're around the back. But you can see it should have been on that side of the power supply. And I took it off and fitted it that side, because obviously we thought it was going to be on the Be Quiet stand. But I actually quite like the look of it there. I don't know why they don't put it on both sides. I know everyone's going to go, your power supply's upside down. And if you're going to say that, then, oh God, I'm so bored. Will you lot just leave it and go away? Go back to PC school. It doesn't make any difference. Otherwise, why would they make the PSUs being able to be put both ways? It's done this way so that you can have the aesthetics of the grill pointing up if you want. It doesn't matter about temperatures. Power supplies don't get hot. The only time they get hot is when they're under immense load or overloading. So yeah, I'm just bored of it now. We get some nub every time that we see a video, even though every bloody build I do, we have the power supply that way up. There is no right or wrong way. If you think it's the wrong way, then you're blatantly misinformed and really need to go back to PC school, because there is no up or down with them. You can do it whatever way you like. Anyway, so 590, 2600Ks in there, 16 gigabyte of memory going in there, 16 gigabyte of Corsair, sorry. See, now I'm going to be in the bad books. 16 gigabyte of Kingston T1 black memory going in there. So that's all going to look lovely, lovely, lovely. 2 times 240 gigabyte Force GT Corsair drives. They are going to be fast as lots of stuff. Zotac, we can show the Zotac label. Whoop, there we go. Zotac GTX 590. Big thank you to Chris. I do love you when you say yes. Even though that was months ago. But yeah, it's all in there. and I really do think it's going to look the part. The only thing that I'm not too sure about at the moment is whether I want to put the Von Blade sticker on the side of the radiator up here. We'll have to see how the radiator kind of fits in on the side, and maybe I will just stick it on there. The other option I've got is some Alpha Cool, or an Alpha Cool radiator, and the Alpha Cool rad is all copper, so it does kind of fit in with the theme. I just need to talk to my fella about whether he wants me to put it in here or not, because I can use the Phobia 60mm otherwise. It's really not a problem because it's all in my magic cupboard. But yeah, I just wanted to show you all what was going on, and while I've got you here, I can show you the reservoir, because I really like this res. It's simple, clean, just does its job basically. I really like it. Yeah, it does it for me, and it's very rarely a bay res that is just a bay res does. But this, the second I saw it, I liked it. As far as paint's concerned, there you go. I'm not going to show you up close because I'm really not happy with it at the moment. And I mean really not happy with it at the moment. It's not up to my usual standards. But hopefully you guys like the way it's coming together. Like I said, it's 8:30 now. I just wanted to do this quickly, give you a little bit of a look, and then you know what I'm going to be doing over the weekend. And I should have an update for you over the weekend as well. But anyway, for now, at least this is Tiny Tom Logan with another video. Out.